You're probably wondering, Jonah, why are you at this massive ice machine on the side of the road? And the answer to that question is, this was the only place I could find with light that wasn't a parking lot, because I don't want to make another video in a parking lot. So I want to talk about accepting the quiet. I think that's the best way to put it. I was trying to think of a better way to put it, but honestly, that's straight to the point. That's a cockroach. Oh, heck no. Anything you want to say, little bro?
Yield to the quiet, that thy soul might find rest.
Sick. I've been practicing quietness a lot recently. Not as much as I want to, but more often than what I used to. And that's just turning off my phone, shutting the lights off, laying down on my cold carpet, and just being still and breathing and letting my thoughts think and giving myself space to just breathe and be quiet. Because, you know, how often do we pray to God and speak to God, yet not give Him time to speak to us, intentional time? Yes, He can speak to you on your way to work. Yes, He can speak to you in the grocery store. But I think there's something really special about giving Him intentional time to speak to your heart and to your mind. And I found, for someone who overthinks as much as I do, and someone who always has to feel like I have to be doing something, it's been a really hard practice, but a really beneficial practice. And I can't explain it, but it feels like in those moments when I'm being completely still with no distractions, that God is literally pouring His life and pouring His Spirit into mine, and I'm being rejuvenated. My spirit feels light when I give it to Him and I give my thoughts and time to Him. And He just begins to speak, especially if there's a verse or something that you just read before you sit down, and you just meditate on that verse, and you just sit with it and think about it, every little word in the verse, and you just eat it up. I guess that's the best way to put it. Bro, there's so many cops here. Bro, what the... Dude, something's totally happening. I feel like I should not be here right now. I feel like the store is getting robbed. Someone just got dragged out with handcuffs in front of me. Like, I can't even focus right now. I actually have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna try my best to eliminate the distractions, like what I'm talking about, and be still and get my thoughts out best I can. It's going back to God as your source. It's telling God, like, hey, you are the source of my life. You are where I get my strength. You are where I get my purpose. You know, it's realigning in such a busy and loud world. It's realigning with our purpose and our Creator. And there's so many benefits to that. Even though it seems like I'm not doing anything in the moment, and I feel so unproductive maybe because I'm just sitting there. It's like, no, like, that's just a lie that we are told, that we always have to be doing something. We always have to be multitasking and always have to be to our full potential. But it's like, no, like, without God and without His Spirit, my life has no purpose and meaning. And that's why it's so important to go back to that source. And I found that when I'm in His presence and sitting there and allowing Him to speak to me, He gives me ideas and thoughts and burdens and holy things that I wouldn't get elsewhere. And when I say burdens, I don't mean a heavy burden. I mean a desire for holy things, almost like a holy conviction, like a realigning of priorities. So I would just encourage you to give yourself space, give God space, not yourself. Give God space to speak to you, and lay down your distractions for the night. Lay down your scrolling or your movie or whatever you're doing in the evenings, or hanging out with friends. That's a big one. I always felt like I had to be hanging out with people. I couldn't be still with myself. I couldn't just have a night by myself because I felt like that was unproductive. But no, like, that's where my well is filled back up. It's kind of like this big old ice machine. Like, I don't know. I was trying to make an analogy. I can't think of an analogy. I don't know, man. Just be still every once in a while. I'm not saying it has to be every night. I'm sure your life would be a lot better if it was every night, but that's not what I'm saying. Even if it's just 5 minutes of phone off and being still, I know for a fact that God will speak and that you will have an overwhelming sense of peace and you will be so full. I can't explain it, but I'm just so full. Just so full. But anyways, I'm gonna go before another burglary happens. So peace out. Ciao.